Thanks for coming out on the center court again.
So, day 4 at Wimbledon 2025 is officially in the books. And what a roller coaster it's been. Novak Djokovic just danced his way through center court like he owned the place. And honestly, he kinda does. British hopes. Well, they fought hard, the crowd did their part, but most of the magic was across the net. Meanwhile, Alex de Minaur flipped a match on its head. Pinnington Jones gave center court some real next-gen heart. And yes, the draw is officially getting weird. If you're a hardcore tennis fan, staying up late to catch every twist, this recap is for you. No fluff, no filler, just real talk about what mattered most on day 4. Let's break it down together, match by match, moment by moment. Let's not waste time. Novak Djokovic was the main event today. The 7-time Wimbledon champion walked into center court to face Dan Evans, the British wildcard who actually beat him once, remember? Back in Monte Carlo 2021, Evans shocked the tennis world. So this matchup had some quiet tension underneath it. But Djokovic, he didn't give it a single ounce of air. From the first game, his intentions were clear. This wasn't going to be a long night. He served lights out, hitting spots with pinpoint precision. The forehand, laser sharp. The backhand, as stable as ever. Even the slice, smooth as butter. Dan Evans tried to rally the crowd. He pumped his fist. He looked to his box. He fought, but every time he pushed, Djokovic pushed back harder. At one point, honestly kind of beautiful, Djokovic wasn't just dominating. He was dancing, literally. After a great point in the third set, he did a little celebration for his daughter sitting in the player's box. You could see her beaming with pride. That moment hit different. He's 37, coming off a knee injury, playing with no warm-up grass matches, and he just made one of Britain's best hopes look like a junior. That's not normal. The commentators called it a statement win. I'd go further. It felt like a warning shot to the entire field. This isn't, maybe he'll peak later, Djokovic. This is, I'm winning title number 8, and I'm having fun doing it, Djokovic. Let that sink in. Meanwhile, over on court 2, Alex de Minaur was in serious trouble early. Arthur Cazaux came out flying, took the first set 6-4, and for a moment, it looked like another seed might bite the grass. But then, de Minaur flipped the script. What makes him special, and it really showed today, is how fast he adjusts. He's not the flashiest guy out there. He's not cracking 140 miles per hour serves, but he thinks his way through matches, and on grass, that's everything. Set 2, 6-2, set 3, 6-4, and the fourth, a straight up bagel 6-0. It wasn't just physical, you could see it in his posture. By the end, he was walking like a man who knew he wasn't losing. His footwork, his counterpunching, his timing, it was all clicking. He shut the door on Cazaux with authority. This win doesn't just push him into round 3, it puts him in the conversation. With Medvedev out and Zverev shaky, de Minaur's half of the draw is opening up fast. Now let's talk about the real emotional spark of the day. Jack Pinnington Jones, you might not have known his name before this week. Ranked outside the top 275, British wildcard, not expected to go deep. But what he did today against Flavio Cobolli, that was a fighter's effort. First set, tough, 1-6. But second set, he was down 2-5, and it looked like the wheels were coming off. And then suddenly, the spark. He clawed back to 5-5, held his nerve, and pushed it to a tiebreak. The crowd was right there with him, roaring for every serve, every net charge. At one point, he hit this silky, smooth, sliced volley that brought the crowd to their feet. Goosebumps moment. Ultimately, he lost the tiebreak and the third set, but the final score doesn't tell the whole story. 1-6, 6-7 at 6, 2-6. It was about heart. It was about promise. This is a 22-year-old who just beat Thomas Martin Etcheverry, world number 27, in round 1, and now he's pushed a seeded Italian into some very uncomfortable spots. That's no fluke. Pinnington Jones may be out, but this week might be the start of something bigger. If you've been watching the last few days, you've probably noticed something weird happening. The top seeds are crumbling. Daniil Medvedev, gone in round 1. Francis Tiafoe, Taken out by Norrie on day 3, Stefanos Tsitsipas, shaky. And now, most of today's seeds either struggled or haven't finished yet. That opens the door, wide open, for a surprise semi-finalist. Maybe even a surprise finalist. Cobolli, Minaur, even someone like Mensik, depending how the night ends, could ride this wave deep into week 2. Meanwhile, Djokovic just keeps marching like none of this is happening. There's a very real chance we get to next weekend with Djokovic having dropped 0 sets, while the rest of the draw scrambles to survive. Could this be his easiest path to a Wimbledon title since 2019? Let's not jinx it. But the pieces are falling into place. You know what else stood out today? The vibe. Center court was buzzing during Djokovic versus Evans. Every time Evans won a point, it felt like the roof would lift off. Brits love a fighter, and Evans gave them something to cheer. But when Djokovic started dancing, the tone shifted. It wasn't animosity, it was admiration. Even the most die-hard British fans had to respect the level he brought. The way he connected with his daughter after the match, that's not the villain, that's the champion. Meanwhile, Court 18, where Pinnington Jones played, felt like a football stadium. Flags waving, fans screaming after every mini comeback. You can't buy that kind of energy. And honestly, that's what makes Wimbledon special. Yes, it's grass. Yes, it's tradition. But when the crowd locks in, when a player feeds off that energy, the tennis goes to a whole different level. Today was a reminder of that. Here's a lightning round of other stories from day 4. Flavio Cobolli continues to fly under the radar. The Italian has now reached the 3rd round without dropping a set. He's calm, focused, and deadly with his forehand when it counts. So that's where we are after 4 full days of Wimbledon action. Novak Djokovic is dancing. Literally and figuratively, the British hopes are hanging on by threads, and the draw, oh boys, that is about to turn into a chessboard. Big names gone, young guns rising, dark horses creeping through. But more than that, today felt like a Wimbledon day with soul. From de Minaur's fight to Pinnington Jones's roar to Djokovic's wink toward the crowd, it wasn't just about tennis, it was about presence, drama, moments that make you feel. If you're a tennis fan, this is why you stay up late. This is why you rewatch the highlights on loop. This is why you argue in the comments. And this is why we're here with you every single night, breaking it all down. Tomorrow, it's only going to get messier. Will Djokovic drop a set? Will someone step up and own the spotlight? Or will a total unknown come out of nowhere and shake the tournament? That's the beauty of Wimbledon. One day it's business as usual, the next it's chaos. So for now, rest up. We'll be back tomorrow with more breakdowns, more upsets, more drama. Wimbledon 2025 is just getting started. If you've made it this far, you're one of us. A real tennis fan who watches the matches, feels the drama, and lives for the next point. So here's the deal. We're uploading these recaps before anyone else. No fluff, no generic highlights, just real tennis talk, the way fans deserve it. So smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and drop a comment below. Who impressed you most today? Who's the dark horse in this draw? Is Djokovic cruising, or is someone gonna shake him up? We read every comment, we reply. We build this community with you, not just for views, but for passion. Because tennis isn't just a sport, it's a feeling. So tell a friend, tag a fan, and we'll see you tomorrow night. You're watching Tennis Titans, where the rallies matter, but the stories matter more.